We are so glad you're here. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. The pros from the dealer's floor with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart. Rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question? Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart. Rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question? Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with
We're late, so it'd be. I think it'd be Midwestern time. We'd be on time.
Yeah. Change time zones. We'd be on time. For Mohawk Table Talk, we're here.
We are here. We've had a little snack, so we're switching a little bit things up. We'll change it in post. No big deal. We wanted to bring the unsung heroes, but those unseen heroes in the parts department are actually rocking and rolling. We couldn't get a guest to feature up here, but we will get them up here for you. No sweat. They're coming.
That's right.
Just not today.
But we do have some input on parts and accessories, so we'll talk about that. And for everybody listening, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Mike. This is Nate. This is Mohawk Table Talk, where we provide the insight to the latest and greatest in the car business and what's going on locally and as well as nationwide.
Absolutely. And so today we are going to be talking a little bit about accessories. We have a featured guest who we will announce in just a moment. But before we do that, if you don't know what we do here, this is Mohawk Table Talk, where we come to you live every Tuesday and give you the latest and greatest. Like Mike said, we give you tips and tricks to become an educated buyer, because we know educated buyers are the best buyers. We truly believe that, and that's why we have this podcast to inform you of everything that's going on and keep you up to date. So let's start a little bit with what's going on locally, and let's talk about our basketball tournament, because we love to be in the community. We literally talk about this every single time we're on the podcast. We're always talking about it, and the reason is because we love being a part of the community. Now, being a part of the community doesn't only mean giving money for sponsorships, but it means going there and being present and also putting on our own things. And we were just at the Lake George Carnival this past weekend, where they were ripping it on the ice, which is very scary, by the way. For me, whenever I would walk onto the ice, I would have like a tube or something, just in case. Just in case I heard a crack, I would immediately sit on my tube.
But that was some crazy stuff they had going on.
Oh,
there.
they had trucks that were modded out.
Right. And the speed that you can get on the ice, and the fact that the experts, now leave it to the experts, but they know what's going on. They know what's safe. This is the Lake George Winter Carnival we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And just in time before the warmer weather comes, it was...
Thankfully.
Yeah, we were there. Please check out our posts. I know we have some posts, right? We got some social posts about our involvement and just kind of to document what was going on there. It was really, really pretty neat, and I'm glad Mohawk Auto Group could be part of it.
Absolutely. And, it was looking at that event, they had a lot of people. They also had a lumberjack event going on at the same time. Okay. Don't know if you knew that. And they also had the polar plunge, and I found out from...
Wait, did you plunge?
I didn't plunge. No, not this year. Not this year. But I did find out that recently there was a world record set for polar plunging by our own IT individual, Josh Carhart.
All right.
Sent me...
He's somewhere in here.
He sent me the news of, let's see, how many individuals? 2,461 participants in the Czech Republic sent the world record for polar plunging. I was like, there's got to be way more than that.
Next year. That's right. He's saying off camera there. Next year might be the year. Maybe we could get 2,400 plus in Lake George. I don't know if that's possible.
We should be able to. You know what? What we're going to do is we're going to contact whoever necessary. Wow, apparently I can't talk today. For the Special Olympics polar plunge, and we'll get more than 2,000 people there.
Okay.
Set a world record.
All right.
5,000 people, November, come to Special Olympics polar plunge. Yours truly will be DJing. So there's that. If you want good music and the polar plunge, come down to Lake George in November.
Yeah. Well, Lake George, we have a little time to get that together.
Just a little bit.
And I'd be the first to say, I feel like it's spring outside. All right, maybe not today. It's coming. It's spring. I should say spring is
it's 48 degrees. It's pretty close.
That's true. And it seemed like, just 2 days ago, it was almost sub-zero. But I feel like we broke free. It's been 4+ weeks since the groundhog said we had 6 more weeks of winter. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to, I choose the minus on that.
Yeah, Phil.
I choose the under.
Sorry, Phil.
Yeah, Phil's wrong.
Under.
Phil's wrong. In the next 48 hours, it's going to be 50+ degrees. The snow's going to melt. I know I'm feeling good about it. There's a lot of people feeling good about it. And you know what goes with warm weather in springtime is madness that happens in March.
Madness that happens in March.
We can say that.
Yeah, we can say that. We can't say the other word.
But what we can say is it's Mohawk madness.
We can say Mohawk madness is coming.
Mohawk
in March.
Madness is coming. Well, it's coming in a few days.
Wait, it is March.
That's right.
Oh, man.
March.
Did you know it's March already, everybody?
March 4th. March 4th. So March 4th, 2025. On March 9th, we have a really cool event in terms of what's going on. Boys and Girls Club. We have a basketball tournament, which we're happy to participate in and provide some support, both monetary and in person. Mm-hmm. And like Nate mentioned, one of the big things, and we want to mention this as much as we can, Mohawk Auto Group, and I'm proud to be a part of the auto group that contributes not just thousands of dollars, but thousands of hours of volunteer work. We want to give back to the community. We work, live, and play here also, so we want to make sure we give back in every opportunity, because without the community, certainly Mohawk wouldn't be where it is today. So it's very important to us that, and we can talk about the the basketball tournament that's coming up.
The basketball tournament set up by one of our very own, Jose Perez.
Who's here with us?
Who's here with us
All
in
right.
studio live at the Mohawk Honda Studios.
There he is. There he is. The
Thanks
one and
for
only.
joining us on this.
Hey.
Thanks for hopping on and coming up here.
Minute, but I guess we'll give it a try.
That's right. And thanks for setting up and being that point person, literally and figuratively.
Are you
for
a
the
point guard?
basketball.
I'm not, but
Oh.
I guess I ran point for this. But
That's right. That's right. He ran point. He may or may not be a point guard position come Sunday. But Jose, can you give us a quick rundown on the when, where, and what is going on with the basketball tournament?
It's this Sunday at the Boys and Girls Club in Schenectady. We organized 4 teams of 10, super competitive. All of us guys here are super competitive, and there's some girls too playing. All the proceeds going straight to the Boys and Girls Club, who we love to support. It's going to be a bracket, 4 teams going at it, see who's on top.
Cool. We like that. And there certainly is obviously we're showing up because we want to show our support for the Boys and Girls Club, but also there is some monetary contribution donation. So that's going to be going. It's more than just all of us. Trying to back up what we've been talking about in terms of basketball still. There's going to be more than that. There's going to be monetary contributions. So Boys and Girls Club, we're happy to partner with them. What's the flavor of the employees so far in terms of this basketball?
Oh, there's more smack tap than you can ever believe. Every single person, people that you'll be shocked of talking smack.
Okay.
It's hilarious because I don't think a single person can back it up. I think
We're about to find out.
I mentioned I think the average age is 35. It might be a little higher. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, I might. I think I'm pushing that average a little higher. I'll be there, but no injuries.
No.
Injuries. It's all for fun.
Yeah, so we'll also have we also are going to have a pre-workout.
Okay.
Thanks to Dags Basketball. Steve Dags will be at this game ahead of time to warm us all up. So to make sure that we don't pull any muscles.
Yeah, we need that, some stretching, something.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there for that. And if you missed it, it's certainly still posted on social. But we covered the live, right? We live streamed
the draft.
Yeah.
Which was just a few days ago. Well, actually, it was last week. So
we're live streaming the games too, right?
Yeah, we'll be live streaming the games.
Oh boy!
I was gonna only do it internally, but if we get enough, interest, maybe it will be public.
Or maybe we can get some producers to string some highlights together.
We're definitely going to have
A low
Tom
light
Gaz. Tom Gaz from Fox Sports Radio will be there to color commentate.
Okay.
So we'll definitely have some good content. We'll definitely have some good content to either show highlights afterwards or have the live stream running.
There's definitely
and highlights afterwards.
There's going to be some more lowlights than highlights, I'm sure.
But it's for entertainment purposes only, and everybody is excited to participate. It's going to be fun, kind of, you get those basketball shoes out of the closet. I know somebody like myself hasn't taken them out in quite a while, so
I just bought a brand new pair of basketball shoes.
Okay, all right. So watch out for Nate out there.
I'm working on my springs right now. Deadlifting 405 in the gym right now. So
Okay.
we're getting ready.
He's getting serious. He's getting a little more serious. I'll date myself a little bit, but back when I played organized, there were these shoes that came out. Probably can't mention the
PF Flyers?
the brand, but you can probably figure it out. And the shoes on the tongue of the shoe, you put the shoe on, and on the tongue there was this basketball.
Reebok.
Oh, you can pump them, yeah.
You used to pump it up.
That's
get pumped up.
That's one of my wish shoes. I still want a pair of them.
You can find them.
Those are like vintage, right?
Yeah, they don't make them new anymore, but you can find the
They call them
vintage ones.
Reebok pumps.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that. I don't know if we can say that. But
I mean-
Reebok would probably love our shout out.
Come on, Reebok. Bring them back.
Our co-producer back there saying he had a pair, but I think I probably still have some years on them. So they must have made them what? Well into the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe into the 2000s.
Probably
Early
94.
thousands maybe.
Yeah.
Probably 94.
Hopefully.
I'll have to say,
That's the next check. I need to get some Reebok pumps.
even if I had a pair, I don't think it's going to help my game. So I'm just going for stability. Let's make sure we don't slip out there, and we'll see what happens with that jump shot.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just some throwback. So we look forward to the basketball. And again, that's Sunday the 9th, and we'll certainly have some content posted. So check that out. Nate has the draft right up in front of him there. I can see it.
Yeah.
We have some. We have 4 quality teams, right? How many people on each team again?
10, so 40 total players.
Okay. That's a big turnout.
Yeah.
That's a big turnout.
Yeah,
Who would have thought? If this was like ice hockey or tennis or something, I'm not sure we would get so many people.
We might have more people for ice hockey.
Well, yeah, maybe. Probably a little bit more involved.
Yeah, so the 4 teams we have are Team Titans, the Mohawk Madness Boogeyman Certified. There's that one. Yeah, Mohawk
Who
Boogeyman.
came up with these names?
Well,
The team leaders.
the team leaders. The team
Team
leaders.
leaders came-
Mohawk Tropics.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. And then Mohawk Madness, The Answers.
Yeah, that's AJ's team.
That's AJ.
AJ's really proud of that team, but I guess they're the ones with the targets on their back.
Yeah, that's right. And plus, Jose is the only one that's on the podcast right now, so he can say whatever he wants. The other guys aren't here, so we'll see how that works out. But kudos to Jose and some of his support that put this together. It's not an easy thing, and even though we're joking and laughing about it and everybody's having fun, it's not an easy thing to put together. Something like this, to get 40 people. But overall, the arcing message is that we're making that contribution and that support for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really important to us that we support.
I got a
our
note
folks.
from our producer in the back. Reebok pumps has not stopped making the pumps.
Really?
Reebok pumps.
Okay.
They came out with a new one
They-
years ago.
They came out, though the technology used frequently in performance shoes is more common in lifestyle products, Reebok has several different versions of the pump, including the Omni, the Blacktop, Twilight Zone, and SXT.
Wow. So we're shouting out Reebok quite a bit here. If they're kind of not known or unsung brand right
1980s is
now.
when they came out.
Okay.
Next week will be Nike.
There we go. In the 80s is when they came out. That's what I remember. I'm probably the only one here that remembers that in the 80s. But it was.
And the producer in the back.
That's right.
Anyway, so make sure you come down Sunday, March 9th, Boys and Girls Club of Schenectady. We are asking if you do come, if you have a family or if yourself, we're asking for a $20 donation. All of that is going towards the Rowdy Boys and Girls Club.
Yep. I look forward to donating and participating, so it should be a lot of fun. For some reason you can't make it, check out our social posts. We'll certainly have a lot that covers the game. It's just a fun thing. In the midst of selling, servicing, and accessorizing vehicles, it's a neat thing to kind of break up the week a little bit. And again, thanks to Jose Perez, who really spearheaded and was the point on this. Big shout out. So I also hear that Jose also has a role here besides basketball tournament coordinator.
Besides PR.
That's right. He's also one of our top sales consultants and has some input on our main topic today.
Yes, and we were speaking of accessories. Accessories are a huge thing when it comes to your vehicle, how you want to express yourself, along with keeping and maintaining your vehicle with all the different options out there. And we figured, why not bring on a salesperson who sells them
Right?
and tries to help and find a solution for the customers that ask.
Yeah, that's super important. And before we get to some of the accessory specifics, we were going to have somebody from Parts on. It just business didn't dictate that they could take a few minutes, and we didn't want to delay the podcast any longer. Very important to Mohawk, both Mohawk Honda and Mohawk Chevrolet, that Parts messages to everybody listening and watching is that OEM or factory produced parts are an exact fit for your vehicle, right? So let's take Honda, for example. If you have that Honda vehicle and you want to make sure your parts fit exactly like they're supposed to, the Honda original equipment manufactured parts, that's the way to go. There are alternatives, which there are vendors out there are stores that sell non-factory parts, but the reason that could be in question is they may not fit exactly. Right, and I'll tell you from a used car perspective, we've had Honda vehicles that folks have traded in, and we see the non-factory parts on them, and a lot of times those parts need to be replaced because maybe they didn't fit exactly, maybe they wore out sooner. So there are reasons why it makes sense to go with that original Honda part or that original Chevrolet part because they fit your vehicle. They're made by the folks that make the car.
Right.
Right? Doesn't that make sense?
OEM, original engineered manufacturer.
Absolutely, and there certainly are other benefits to somebody that buys those parts. And again, it could be accessories, but it also could be everyday parts, right? Like things like oil filters and any parts that go on the vehicle that need to be replaced that might have had a defect or might have just been broken or whatever. Those parts, when you get that original equipment manufactured parts, the actual part itself and the labor has some warranty value, right? So if for some reason something didn't work out in a short period of time, those parts could be under the original equipment manufacturer parts warranty, where if you get that aftermarket part or you eBay it or you do anything else like that, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. Something didn't work out, you have to buy another one. So, not to speak for Kyle and his team because they're not here on the podcast, they didn't have a chance to come on.
They will be.
That's right. But that's a big, big deal to make sure that you get the exact part with the exact part number for your vehicle, and that obviously goes for accessories too. That's what we're here to talk about.
That's what we're here to talk about now.
Yeah, accessories.
Accessories. So, Jose, I'm assuming you've sold some cars.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Been here long enough, hopefully.
A lot of cars. And I'm sure that you've had customers ask you certain things like, oh, what should I get? Throw the floor mats in, different things like that. So I kind of want to take this, I might actually just take this a different route, Mike, where I'm going to say, if someone was looking for, they're just looking for some convenience and comfort, like what accessories would you suggest that you do suggest for someone like that?
For convenience and comfort?
Yeah.
So comfort, there's a bunch of different accessories you can get for it. One common, especially this time of year, is things like a heated steering wheel. A lot of customers can get that on things like the Pilot, things like the CR-V. You can opt in for a heated steering wheel, and I guess the best example of why you would use it is obviously with all the snow we get, you brush off your car. You know, guys like me, I don't like to wear gloves. I got big hands. I can't find gloves big enough. So I just, when you turn it on, and it turns on when you start the car too, when you use the remote car starter, and you got your heated steering wheel warmed up, and more times than not, it's on leather, so it kind of heats it up and makes it a little more comfortable.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I know that's a recent kind of innovation that you could replace your current steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do is we replace the current steering wheel and we replace it with a different steering wheel, a Honda steering wheel that has the heating right in it. Yeah. Right? And was the button right on there? How does that work?
Yeah, there's a button right, and it's like a factory spot. You wouldn't even know the difference. On the CR-V, it's right in the very bottom of the steering wheel. On the Pilot, it's a little bit to the right, where your adaptive cruise control in that area is where the button would be. And it's just one click, and it turns right on, and it gets warm quick. So you're ready for that.
Whew. I don't know, maybe wearing those big gloves, right? You touch the whatever. So heats up the steering wheel. What's another accessory that some of our customers find pretty useful?
So this is a small one and very inexpensive, a cargo net. See, I have one in my car, and I use it all the time. I got 2 kids, they're both in soccer. I've had it so many times before I got it to where the balls just fly out the back of the trunk, because my trunk's full anyway with, if I go to the grocery store, it's always full, or anything really, my trunk's always full. But the cargo net holds all that stuff back. Again, especially the soccer balls, probably at any point I got 2 or 4 in there. I think that one's a great one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that cargo net, it'll keep whatever you have back there kind of secure, so it's not flying around the trunk.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
it's a safety thing too, because the last thing you want is a bunch of loose stuff in your trunk. In case you do get into an accident, you don't need that stuff flying all over the place.
Or taking that turn too sharp. Say, what's that in the back? Oh, that's what's going on back there. Yeah. Plus, it can damage something.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's a good one in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. What else do we have that are pretty common? Let's just switch to what do you think are some of the most common accessories that people do end up getting?
So one thing that a lot of customers get, and I try to present to a lot of folks, is the body side molding. It actually there's several different value points when it comes to body side molding. One, people love the way it looks. Adds a little sharpness to the car. It makes it a little bit different than everyone else's, because not everyone gets it, but the people that do get it see value in, again, making it look a little bit different. And another big thing too is that it almost acts, and what body side molding is a piece of, in most cases, a piece of plastic that matches the car that goes along the doors of the vehicle. I view it as almost like a sacrificial piece. So. Because for example, if you're in the parking lot, more times than not, people don't care. They'll open up their door, they might ding your door, dent your door. It is a lot cheaper to just replace one piece of body side molding than to have to bring it to a body shop, get the dent repaired, and deal with the paint being chipped off. Yeah, that whole process. Now you can just stop over at our parts department, get a service appointment set up, and they'll install it for you. And keep your car looking good for as long as possible.
Wow, that's a good one. I forgot about body side moldings, and when I see them on a vehicle, they certainly make the car stand out.
Yeah.
Right, meaning stand out as in like it looks better, it looks different than the ones that don't have them, and also the original equipment. So in this case, Honda, if it was a Honda vehicle, those Honda body side moldings, they go right with the design of the car.
Yep.
So it looks like almost like the car was made with
Sure,
it on
yeah.
there, which is really pretty neat. So yeah, that's a good one. So you got a heated steering wheel,
Cargo
body
net.
side moldings, cargo net. What else? I know when we're coming out of winter now, but
Yeah.
I know there's sometimes some protection for the inside of the vehicle that people get. What else do they get?
Sure. So one big thing that I like that I think everybody should get is, and it's huge. Nate mentioned it earlier. Just the mats. The mats are huge. We get up here in the Northeast. They put salt everywhere. You have it on your clothes. You have it somehow gets inside my house. I don't know how that happens, but they're just rubber floor mats that are laser cut to the car. Like you said, with the OEM parts, they fit perfect. They fit exactly where they need to be. Every touch point right there on the carpet. You get the rubber floor mats that, this time of year, what I do when it starts to warm up, I take them right out, rinse them off, let them air dry right in the sun, and your car just keeps cleaner for longer.
Yeah, very good value just to keep the car clean. But also it's nice to have, and you're talking about the slush mats,
Yeah.
right? So you have the slush mats for the winter.
Yeah.
Flip them out, put the carpet mats in for the summer.
Yeah.
That way it's a little, I don't know.
It's a little different, yeah.
Yeah, nicer on your feet. Yeah, so
All right, okay.
That's a pretty.
I mean,
cool-
I just keep them year round.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess you could, but that's a pretty.
I
neat
never
accessory.
wondered. I always wondered why. For me, I'm not gonna change out my floor mats.
Yeah.
Just because it's gonna rain.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna be eating something. It's gonna fall. My kids are there.
Mud too,
Mud. My kids are messy. Kids are messy.
Yeah.
If you have kids, kids are messy. And they'll be throwing things on the ground, they'll be stepping on things, they don't care, right?
Yeah.
And so having those weather floor mats that can just be rinsed and cleaned and repeat is nice.
Absolutely, and if you go back to the outside of the vehicle, there are some things that I've seen our customers opt for that are stylish and also functional. A lot of people like those, for the windows, right?
Oh, the door visors?
Door visors.
Rain visors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it's raining, that's what I like, because if it's raining out, especially if it's warm out or it's hot in summer, and you want to open the window to get fresh air, but if you open it too far and it's raining, you're gonna get soaked. So that's no good. They have rain. What else do they have that you could accessorize on the outside?
Yeah, rain visors and just a bunch too. They have similar to the rain visors, but they have that on the sunroof
That's
too.
right, sunroof visor.
It helps with the noise too, and honestly, for me, I don't really like sunroofs like that because I'm taller and the sun beating on the top of my head. I like the sunroofs when they got the little visor up there, because what it does, it cuts it down a little bit. Right where my head goes, it's a little tinted. It goes over just a little bit over the sunroof.
Okay.
You still got the air coming through. Oh man, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So that helps with. Plus, I think they look pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. I don't
Again,
know
it's
about you,
another-
but when we have an accessorized vehicle out in the showroom or in the delivery drive, and it just looks like that extra. If you like that extra flair, so you don't look like all the other cars on the road. Vent visors, sunroof deflector.
Yeah.
And then there are also some other things that are stylish that are on my vehicle, but they're also serve a purpose, I guess. So behind the wheels, we do mud flaps,
Yep.
splash guards, I
Yep.
guess we call them. Certainly important to get that OEM fit on those. You find people get those quite a bit?
Oh, they get them all the time. What a lot of people fail to realize is when you don't have them, it serves not only a stylish, but there's a very much so a function package to it, is that it kicks out all the debris like rock shit, like little rocks, anything, a stick on the ground. It kicks it away from your car, because the last thing you want is when you first buy a car that you have these, you're driving on gravel and they're just kicking up, hitting the side of your car, might cause a little rust because it starts chipping away at the paint. Those mud flaps or just kick it right away.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of the accessories we have are not just functional. Not sure we're looking at. Are not just stylish, but they're also functional. They save your vehicle from having extra exposure to the elements, any possible damage and all that kind of thing. Obviously, everybody's driving habits and where they drive is a little bit different. So you know who you are if you drive in that area, or there's a lot of folks who maybe have to take a dirt road to their house, or they have a gravel driveway, which all makes sense. There's a lot of folks who have those things. You want to make sure that you ask us about what are those accessories that can protect your vehicle. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people get these accessories right when they buy the car, right?
Absolutely.
Makes sense. We can set them up like before they pick it up.
Oh, absolutely. Like there's a bunch of accessories that sure, there are some that you can do yourself. Again, like the cargo net. That's something that you can get right at our parts counter that you can just install. But other accessories such as like even the roof rack. That's something you want to get installed by a certified Honda technician. They've done especially here. Rick DuPont. He's done a million of them.
Yeah,
he knows exactly how it's supposed to fit, exactly what it's supposed to look like. He does it perfect. I've never seen him have any issue whatsoever with them, and that's what you want, that peace of mind that you know that it's getting done right, that you're getting your money's worth when it's getting installed, and so it works properly. Because especially if you have something valuable up there, on the roof rack, you don't want it flying off if it's not done right,
That's right. Yeah, that's a big, that's a very useful accessory. I almost forgot about that. Roof rack.
Yeah.
And some of the vehicles that we have, especially the SUVs, have roof rails. Right?
Yep.
The rails are the ones that go from the front to the back, like you can see from the side. But the rack is what goes the other way. Yeah, the other way. And depending on what you carry, what do you carry usually, Nate? What do you usually carry? We have kids, so
I mean, a lot of things. There's everyday stroller, backpacks.
Yeah.
So they have
groceries,
full carrier things, right? Those big pods or whatever you call them.
snacks.
I'm a bike rack kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like I like to put my bikes on the top. Some people like to put them on the back. I like to put them on the top.
Yep.
So bike rack accessories, but
Kayaks, canoes, all that.
Yeah, kayaks and canoes. Kayaking is huge in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
We're coming up. I mean, I know the snow's still melting, and we were just on Lake George. Like literally on Lake George last weekend. But before we know it, that's going to be melting.
Yeah.
People are going to be back kayaking, ready to rock.
I have a fun game I want to play with Jose.
What's that?
Underrated, overrated with
All right.
accessories.
All right.
Go.
Okay. Front splitters and spoilers on daily drivers. Underrated, overrated.
Overrated.
Aftermarket exhaust.
Oh,
Overrated,
super
underrated.
overrated. Super overrated.
Paint protection film. Underrated or overrated?
Super underrated.
Apple CarPlay Android Auto. Underrated or overrated?
It's actually perfectly rated. I think it's great, but
Built-in Wi-Fi hotspots in vehicles. Underrated, overrated.
overrated. Got on my phone.
Remote start for everyday use. Underrated, overrated.
Underrated.
Heated and cooled seats.
Oh, super underrated.
Keyless entry and push button start.
Honestly, I don't even know how to turn a key anymore. I love I love my push button start.
Gotta have it. Push button start.
Seat covers.
Ooh, depends on the interior. Overrated.
Blind spot detection.
Overrated. Open your eyes.
Ooh, LED underglow.
Oh, super overrated. What do you want that for?
Custom horn sounds.
Underrated. I heard some funny ones.
Ooga.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that just a classic one? Heads-up display.
Ooh, I had it once. Ooh, overrated. I forgot I had it actually until just now.
Ooh. Rear entertainment system.
Ooh, underrated. Oh my gosh, these kids.
Spoken like a man.
And last one, roof racks and cargo carriers.
I think it's properly rated. I don't think it's either or.
Okay.
All right. Nice job, Jose, on that.
Yeah, I was ready.
I like it. We have to add that segment.
Overrated, underrated.
Yeah.
Going to next podcast.
So that's certainly one expert's opinion on over or under, but to each their own. You know, I'm a big roof rack guy, so I would certainly think it's underrated, and I'd love to see some more of that. I'll just jam real quick in. I bet you didn't know. I guess we'll have a question. Jose, we'll direct this at Jose since
Sure.
he knows more. So, bet you didn't know, or do you know, what's considered, out of all the Honda vehicles, Honda models, I should say, what is the most accessorized? What's the model that's accessorized most in comparison to the vehicles that are sold? Which model do you think?
My instincts tell me it has to be a sedan because they're all over the country. A little bit more than up here in the Northeast, we typically get a lot more SUVs. It's either the Civic or the Accord. I've seen a lot of heavily modified Accords in my day.
That's true.
But not for nothing, I think Civics has to be Civics.
And he's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's the champion. He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. So absolutely, it is the Civic. Civic is the most accessorized. I
Gotta have my VTEC.
That's
That
right.
VTEC,
I didn't do
yeah.
my research because I don't have Kyle or his guys here to confirm this, but Honda is good likelihood Honda makes the most accessories for the Civic, right? In terms of,
Yeah.
a lot of different things, especially appearance-wise. So appearance is usually not as functional. It's probably just to look good,
Of
look
course.
cool, look better.
Of course.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
look
think
good,
they
feel good, you know?
I think they look good already. But we see a lot of Civics coming into the service drive that just look like out of bounds, right? They're
Yeah.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really cool. People spend some time and money and all that kind of thing on.
Definitely saw a lowered body
Lowered,
kit,
yeah,
white Civic in
coilovers,
the other day.
Yeah.
Coilovers, exhaust.
We see it all, but those Hondas are still on the road, hundreds of thousands of miles. And I'll tell you one thing, as the used car guy, people don't want to give them up. When we ask folks if they'd like to trade or sell, and they're not interested, they want to keep them because they put all these modifications.
They put their blood, sweat, and tears in that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, a lot of those guys do it themselves too. A lot of them put exhaust in themselves. I said it was overrated, so.
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty neat. We appreciate the input on the accessories.
Yeah.
Jose is definitely your guy. If you're coming to the showroom and you don't have somebody you're working with already, please ask him for Jose, and certainly ask for him and ask his thoughts and advice on accessories. Again, in this case, we're talking about Honda, but whether it's Honda or Chevrolet, that original equipment manufactured accessory, that's the way to go. Not only do you get possible parts warranty and labor warranty, but we insure, Honda insures, Chevrolet insures that the vehicle is, the accessory is manufactured to match your vehicle, to fit your car, to fit your vehicle. You don't want to get an accessory that doesn't fit, and you put that roof rack on top, and all of a sudden you're driving down the highway, and it's not only is it a safety issue, but whatever you had on there, it's
It's gone.
gone, yeah.
It's gone.
Don't be that guy. I don't want to explain that to my family. Where did the
No.
stuff go? I bought it.
Well, you know, I
Gotta buy
forgot
that
to
and a
strap it
roof rack.
down just right.
That's right, right. And to summarize some of the most popular accessories that you can get on your vehicle, those vent visors and sunroof deflectors, right? Heated steering wheel, splash guards or mud flaps. There's a whole bunch that you can get, and especially for Honda, I'll just speak for Honda. They're in stock. They are available. We took a tour of on one of my lives a week or so ago of the parts department. There's a lot of parts back there, so we're ready to accessorize your car when you are.
Absolutely. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Mohawk Table Talk with your hosts Mike and Nate. We really appreciate it. We talked a lot about parts today. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them into the comments below. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you throw that in the comments. We do read those. And for all our friends on TikTok, we love you. And if you haven't been following us on any of our social medias and you're listening on Spotify, make sure you tune in and check out all of our social medias to find out what we're doing day in and day out to become a better community member and bring you more value every single day. But until next Tuesday, thank you so much. We'll see you next time on Mohawk Table Talk.